Hi, this is Alex with TechRaptor.com, and today we're joined by Maciek and Sean, who are working on Tokyo 42. I'm just going to ask them a couple of basic questions about the game. So, first off, with Tokyo 42, it was announced, I believe, just over a week ago?
Yeah.
The announcement trailer came out?
Wednesday last week, yeah.
Okay, and the trailer seems to have blown up quite a bit. I mean, as of last time I checked, it's at 138,000 views. What do you think is responsible for that? What do you think has drawn people to be so positive about the game?
Well, sort of as a starting point, we don't have our musician with us, but our music guy Vincent Espy did a really great job on the song on the trailer, and I think that's the first real catch. Once that grabs you, you kind of wake up. And Paul did the editing, so he kind of matched it up really nicely. So I think there was a lot of smooth stuff that was happening, sort of in the way it was put together. Beyond that, obviously we made a game, so we think there's the game plays some role in that. But it's hard to know. Sorry.
I think also Maciek's kind of not mentioning the fact that the artwork is it's stunning, and Maciek does the art in the game and I do the code. So I'm all about his praises, or praising him.
Oh, he's just being humble then.
I'm the guy with the crayons.
I love coloring. Crayons, totally. Yeah.
Okay, so how did Mode 7 actually end up publishing the game? Because obviously this is a sort of a new venture for them moving into the publishing world. So how did that come about?
Well, I can't speak for obviously their side, but we met them at a games industry event called Interface, which is basically like a speed dating for the industry, where you literally had 15-minute slots where you kind of wrote out your interests, and then the organizers matched you with who they thought you'd kind of be interested in. So for us it was kind of like a kind of just let's check out the industry. We had a prototype or whatever, and we weren't really kind of there to pitch. We were just there kind of wide-eyed just to see what was going on, and sort of towards the end of the day when everyone was tired, we kind of found out that it was Mode 7 who'd made Frozen Silence, which is one of our most amazing games. And so we basically, of the 15 minutes, we spent about 14 minutes just going your games are amazing. And blah, blah. Paul, you could see Paul was getting kind of okay, well, what's going on here? And then he eventually did say so why are you here? We're oh yeah, we've got a game.
I think we spent the first 5 minutes actually talking about the burgers we had just eaten, and we were super tired and heavy.
Yeah, so they were so why are you here? And we're oh yeah, we have a game. And they're can we take a look? So there it is. And they liked it. So we met again afterwards. So I think this is a new thing for them. And I think the fact that our game kind of sits in that sort of future noir cyberpunky space, I think Paul saw a link there with what Mode 7 have done before. So it was a good fit there. Yeah.
All right. Also, you said on the announcement trailer and your website that you've described the game as a mix between GTA 1 and Syndicate. And I was wondering what exactly, was that sort of the design philosophy going into the game, or were there any other sort of inspirations that you also drew from?
I mean, there's plenty of inspirations. We grew up playing Amiga and Commodore 64 games, so we were big into games like Sensible Soccer and Cannon Fodder. And we had the Where's Wally books, and I mean those three influences are also very important in the game, because in Cannon Fodder you moved with the keys and aimed with the mouse and shot, so it's very much like Tokyo 42. And then Where's Wally, we just busy areas, and you got to find people and kill them. Not in Where's Wally, but
you don't kill them in Where's Wally, but that's what we wanted to do. That bloody beanie bastard. So I think another important was we love those games like Syndicate. And I said Cannon Fodder and GTA 1, the early ones. I do like the new ones as well; they're really good. One thing we really wanted to explore was what happens if you took those old games and you used contemporary physics. So we've got now a fully vertical, fully 3D environment where everything's like mesh colliders, and everything interacts with everything else. So it's fully physics-based 3D combat and movement. So you kind of have this looks familiar, looks old school, but then it's got all this new tech behind the scenes. Which feels totally different, and you approach combat in a different way. So you can be bouncing grenades off walls behind things, and you throw them down and they can bounce up, and that sort of thing. So I think we've loved exploring those classics, but with the new tech and seeing what we can do with that. Yeah.
Okay, so just fine. This is a little bit more of a personal question, but are there any sort of features present in that are present in the real game that aren't in demo at the moment? Because I'm just very interested, because it's honestly one of my favourite games I've played at the show so far, and I just wanted a little bit more of a sort of information about, what else there is.
Okay, well, one thing that's not in the demo at the moment that we are very excited to put in is the concept of a nemesis assassin. So while you're exploring the open world, you'll get like some form of notification that there's an assassin out there to get you, and it'll kind of raise this tension, and like you've got to be watching the edges of rooftops with dudes with sniper rifles, or like guys following you suspiciously, and so that's one thing really excited about. I don't know if you want to add.
Yeah, I mean, you won't get to play, but there is a multiplayer mode, which is kind of like a cat and mouse, which where you're pretending to be AIs, and then you find each other, and then devolves into combat and goes back into stealth, and it's kind of this great loop. But the other thing is like once you get out into the open world proper, because what you've seen is like a tutorial sort of demo thing. There is this kind of world with these different factions, and they have spaces that represent them, and they have quite different fighting styles and different skill levels. But they also, they don't really like each other, so you can start playing them off each other in combat, sort of kiting dudes together, and then. This idea of the skin changing, you'll kind of start being able to use stealth in quite interesting ways. So you're hiding in sort of in the colors and putting on outfits, kind of like in Hitman. But that's just that. I mean, that's up to you. And some situation might require it. But it's up to you how you approach it. But there's a lot coming in. So we're really excited to show the new AI types and how they interact. And yeah, we hope it's going to end up being quite a complex kind of like interaction of different things. So yeah.
All right, so that's about it. This has been Maciek, and this has been Sean, and I'm Alex. Thanks for watching.